Good evening, guys. Sai here. Welcome to Gonna Talk. It's shut. The old transfer window is closed now. Interesting. I said to you guys yesterday, I didn't think we'd do a deal now for before the window shut. Turned out to be the case. I was out and about, busy today, so I didn't really pay much attention. But it doesn't look like really too much was happening. Much noise was knocking about. I felt that little bit of disappointment. I always do. I don't know why you always sort of want a signing on deadline day, don't you? Although you don't want a signing on deadline day, you want them all early, which is what we got. It's like you can't always have everything, but you can't please everybody all the time. We just always want more, don't we? I look back at it and I think we've brought 5 players in and 5 good players. Goalkeeper, we needed a goalkeeper. Looking at the numbers that people have paid for goalkeepers, we've got an absolute stonker in Leno for 19 million or whatever it was. I'm delighted with that because I really think we needed a goalkeeper big time. Lichy, more pictures of him today, bossing people about on the training pitch, sharing his experience. This guy is going to be an absolute gem for us for free for the next couple of years. Just what he brings, the way he plays the game, I love it. Just that total shithousery. He's physical. He's just everything you want in a right back. It's just a shame he's getting on a bit, but I'm more than happy with this guy, and I think he's going to go as a bit of an unsung hero for us this year. Maybe a bit of a cult hero though. That'd be nice. Socrates, I'm happy to be won over by this guy yet, and I think he might do. We're not judging him on much, are we? And people who are Dortmund fans say he was brilliant apart from last year, when none of them were good last year. So jury's out for me on him, but we didn't pay a fortune for him for another one, under 20 million. So we can't get upset if he doesn't turn out to be a worldie, which I don't think some of us do. He's just coached in the right way, same as Mustafi. Second chance for him. Both could go underrated this year, and it could be a mean little partnership. So I'm not losing faith on that one. I think that was a decent deal. The Guendouzi, pass the Guendouzi on the left hand side, pass the Guendouzi on the right hand side. He's gonna tackle, maybe jump and cross. The old Guendouzi, 7 million quid or whatever we paid for this guy. I honestly think that's one of the signings of the window, pound for pound. Another one, can't get too excited because I've not seen enough of him yet to judge him, but if he can keep that sort of style of play up for me and grow into his role and into the team, happy days. This guy, for me, he's an upgrade on El Neni and Jack going. For me, sort of Smith Rowe's replaced Jack, and this guy should replace El Neni for me. Definitely, if he keeps going the way he's going. And our midfield's looking really strong. And then you get to the big fat cherry on the end of the cake. Torreira, awesome deal, absolutely awesome. I'm getting more and more excited by the minute about this guy. I think he's going to be absolutely huge. I'm going to give him a bit of a free rein the first few times he plays, but then once this guy's fully fit and fully in the swing of it, I think he's going to be frightening. There's so many more little facets to his game. I've been doing a bit more digging into him, and there's so many other things that we might be able to squeeze out of this guy, and he's only 22. Really, really exciting. And the same again, the money we've paid for him, it's peanuts. People have bought unheard of goalies for more than we've done all of our business. So I'm really happy. And for me, it's been a sort of an 8 of 7.5, 8. Between 7 and an 8 window. 7.5 out of 10 window for me. And it'd have gone up to 8.5 or 9 if we'd have brought in a winger. But I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's not happened. So it's time to look at what we do have. Outs, Ospina looks like he's gone today. We've really struggled, haven't we, to get people out, but we all knew that was going to happen because we've paid them all too much. And you can't blame some of them that aren't going to be great footballers for taking that sort of money when they know they'd get 3 times less. Would you leave your job and go somewhere else doing the same job, but in a crappier workplace for 3 times less than money? You wouldn't, would you? So I can't begrudge them for doing it. It just hurts a little bit. So Callum going out on loan, like I said yesterday, for me that's going to be massive, and I hope he has a massive season and come back's an absolute beast for us next year. Perez gone. Gutted by that, to be honest, especially for £4 million into a Premier League team. I'm intrigued to see how he gets on. Like some other players, like Mina and other players that we were named with also maybe coming in. I want to see how all these guys get on, and see if he would actually cut it for a season in the league, in the Prem, because we never really got to see if he could or not. But then the likes of Welbs, Jenko, Campbell, we've not managed to shift them. Not saying we won't, because obviously the foreign windows are still open, but I think we're going to struggle unless we go down the old loaning them out route, which doesn't really benefit us, does it? So if anything, it makes it worse for us, because the value seems to plummet once they've been on loan. So I don't know. But yeah, you look at our squad now. Leno, Cech, Martinez, solid, really solid at goalkeeper there. I'll take that. Like I say, for me, Cech, I'm not a big fan, but he's looked good in pre-season. So yeah, I think we're pretty solid there. Hector and Litchi at right back, that looks pretty solid to me. That'll do. Then we get to centre back: Socrates, Mustafi, Holding, Mavro. It's not the strongest, is it, guys? But who knows? Like I say, this is what we've got now. So let's just get behind these lads and hope they flourish. Especially the two young lads here. I think he's asking a lot of it. So let's see. Fingers crossed for these boys. Left back Saeed and Nacho, and then we've got sort of Jenko knocking around. I don't know how he's going to get used, if he is going to get used. If we're going to try and sell him, loan him out, I don't know. But he's another spare in there anyway. If we got really short. Midfield then, sort of centre of the park: El Nene, Xhaka, Torreira, Guendouzi, Ainsley, Emil, and Meza and Aaron. That's as I think that cookie jar is more well stacked than Rick Waller's. That's loaded, that midfield for me. Well happy with that. And then sort of up top and wide, Mickey and Nelson, Laka and Eddie, Ober and Iwobi, and then we've sort of got Welbs and Campbell knocking about. So for me, although I wanted a winger like most people, we've got two more back there in the shape of Welbeck and Campbell and Lee. I'm not happy at all that these guys are back at the club, but if they're back, we might as well make use of them if they're not getting sold or loaned. So it's a tricky one on a few topics. But yeah, the squad looks pretty solid to me. I definitely think it's strong enough for a top four push, and that's what I'll be expecting. Or coming up trumps in the Europa League, one or the other. We need Champions League back. We're too big a club not to have it. So yeah, for me the squad's looking alright, and definitely our goals are achievable. Now guys, it's just time to get behind the boys, isn't it? We can't affect anything now. This is it. And we've got Unai, we've got all the training staff. New team, new tactics. This will stand us in good stead for me, and I think we'll get stronger and stronger as the season progresses, mate. For me, it's a no-brainer. Unless certain players just turn out not to be up to it, but if they're not, I think they'll get shipped out and they'll get replaced. I've got a lot of faith in Unai and the guys. This is it now till January, whether we like it or not. So it's time to just get behind the team, innit, and show that we're proper Arsenal fans. What does the picture look like then? End of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if we did nothing in January, unless somebody looks way out of the depth, or we get a monster injury to somebody. But then, at the end of the season, then you look, Nacho, El Nene, Welbs, Campbell, Cech, possibly Litchi. That's some players there that would be leaving, and then we'd have to bring plenty more in. So I had a little look at that, and it was interesting. I looked at the youth setup. I don't know, this might be a far reach, but I looked, so left back, Joe Lopez came in, as a youth player. Centre midfield, if El Neni went, we brought in that young Romanian kid. He's only 15 and he turns 16 soon, but there's another one that's sort of a future replacement. Centre forward, the young lad that we just signed from Sunderland, 16 or whatever he is. Greenwood was it. So there's a replacement there. Campbell going. Niquali, he's out at loan now at Porto B, and started the season well there. And for me, he's one I really hope he comes back, because I think he could be the winger we've wanted. I think he's really underrated. And then Cech going. We've got Matt Macy there. So, you know, things maybe aren't as bad as they first seem, like always. You know, you just have to look that little bit deeper. But for me, then, over the next couple of years, we need a right back, a left back, a centre mid, and a winger, a slash striker. You know, so if those lads aren't ready to step up next year, the year after, you know, for me, I just scribbled down, well, Sidibe, he can cover both right back and left back. And Dombele in the middle of the park, and Bailey as a sort of winger slash striker in that mixed up front three. 30 million, 30 million, 40 million, 100 million, there it is. Problem solved. That's it from me, guys. On that note, it's all over. That's it from me. I don't know whether I'll be back over the weekend. I don't know, I'm getting really excited for the match Sunday already. And I think we've got loads of reasons to be excited. You know, we've got such a nice mix of experience and youth when I keep looking at the squad, when I just glance down at it. And I really can't wait. And what a big game it is on Sunday. So, come on, boys. Come on! Unai Emery's ready with me. Unai Emery's ready with me. Unai Emery's ready with me. Come on! That's it, mate, from me, guys. Take it easy. Have a lovely Thursday evening. Signing out.